Hi there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. As I've been getting a little bit older, I've had more time to self-reflect on life and the lessons I've learned in life. So much so that I've decided that my next book will be on life lessons. So I thought I would do a series every couple of weeks on a couple of life lessons that I've encountered that I think are valuable for us to teach our children from a young age. What shocks me are the amount of life lessons that as children we should have been taught, or perhaps we were taught and we chose not to listen to, that really affect the rest of our lives. So let's just start with some very basic ones that all of us have probably heard over and over again, but really probably not seen the value of what it really meant until we were much older. First thing is always save for a rainy day. Growing up, I was always told that you had to work hard for your money and that we should save it. So my parents started a small bank account for me when I was small, when I used to have a paper route. And as I got older and had part-time jobs, I was encouraged to save money. That was to plan for the future. That's a really good skill that we should always have and should instill in our children. But what I missed, the big red flag once I hit university, is that being an adult is expensive. You have to work in the real world now. You have to pay rent, you have to pay for your own bills, and mom and dad aren't there to pay for you to survive. So this whole saving money for a rainy day took on a whole other meaning to me. A lot of people turn to credit, thinking, oh yeah, I have lots of money, even though they're living beyond their means. If I really had followed that lesson when I was young and saved like so many people did and invested the money wisely, whether it be in RSPs or something from a young age, retirement would look much more comfortable. But that doesn't mean it's ever too late to start to save for a rainy day, because reality is this is something that can be ongoing. But I really feel strongly this is a life lesson that we need to teach our kids from a young age and explain why. As we've grown older, we saw the differences and the lessons we've learned along the way to understand the full repercussions of not saving money. Second one, never judge a book by its cover. Sounds cliche, right? This cannot be more important than anything. I remember growing up with young people in my classes and thinking, oh my gosh, what a dork, or this or that, and really not understanding who they were as individuals. Perhaps somebody's family didn't have a lot of money, so they dressed very poorly. But deep down, that person was somebody brilliant with so many gifts and talents that I may have missed just based on what you judge on how they look. This also goes into the future, of course, when you're coming in contact with people that you may not want to associate based on what you see. Think about the homeless person on the street that you may come across when you go to get your coffee. You may not even realize they're there. You look at them and say, how can they be on the street? They look so scraggly, maybe they haven't showered. But you don't know that person's story. You don't know. They could have been at the top of their game and had tragedy struck their life. This also is so relevant to me now, years later from learning this life lesson, because now I'm an individual with a disability. And people see the disability, they don't see me. So if people were to judge me as the blind girl, they're not going to see me for who I am and for my abilities. So they may look me over for a potential job or as if I don't know any better because I don't have the skill set. But that's their bias. So by judging a book by its cover, you're missing out on so many opportunities. Another life lesson they'll share for today is always be kind. You know, as kids we're told, be nice. The golden rule, treat somebody like you want to be treated. That is so true. But kindness goes so much further as you get older. Whether it's to that homeless person we saw on the road, to your friends, to your family, or to yourself. Kindness is the language that's universally known. And an act of kindness can make somebody's day it can even save a life. Too many times in our lives we get so self-absorbed in what's important for ourselves that we forget the importance of being kindness. But this is something that I think we should always teach our children, not just on the playground, but in the words and in the actions they use throughout their entire life. Sometimes we need a kindness check every once in a while to check if we are living up to our potential when it comes to kindness. Random acts of kindness, paying it forward, all those things are things that we should teach kids at a young age because it will make the world a better place. Next one, life lesson, is follow your path. You have your own path, and you were brought for some reason to that path. If it's something you're passionate about, stick to it. Don't be encouraged or distracted by other people. Everybody has the path that they're meant to travel. But if you get bullied or peer pressured or told by your family that you should do something else, you're always going to have those second doubts. Life is too short to not follow your path. And then finally for today, nothing comes easy in life. We've all heard that one, and that is so true. We have to work hard at everything we do in our lives to achieve greatness, whether that's getting out in the real world, getting a job, working hard, and getting things that we want. Or if it might just mean being a better person, raising your family, being a good wife or husband. But you have to work at it. Nothing comes easy. I remember back in high school always being resentful because my sister always seemed never to have to study. I had to study so hard to do well. But she worked hard. She worked hard in a lot of other ways in her life because nothing comes easy without hard work. My parents implemented that in my life from a young age. And till this day, it is my mantra because I know if I'm not going to put those extra hours in on the computer, working on a plan or a speech or even some lesson plans, that I'm going to be the one that's going to lose out in the end because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for myself. So you see, there's so many life lessons, and I can't wait to share more with you in the future on other episodes. But the goal with this whole purpose for these weekly, every couple weeks posts is I want to hear what your life lessons are. What ones were important to you? Because what I've discovered, although many of us have been taught the same life lessons, they may not have had the same impact. So please do reach out, share in the comments, list some of the life lessons that you find that are most relevant to you, and we will discuss them in future episodes. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!